Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the Mesillas Yesharim, and the Ramchal is describing to us how insidious the trait of gaiva, of haughtiness, is and conceit in one's life. And he writes, Klal shel davar, the main principle is the following: Kol echad min advar ma'atovim sheba'olam, any of the good traits or things that there are out there in the world, Im yachshev adam sheyesh nabai, if a person believes that he has them. For example, he's handsome, or he has a good voice, he has money, he has wit, charisma, she's beautiful, she has a nice figure, she has a lot of friends, she's popular. Whatever a person might think to themselves, harihu misukon miyad lipa b'shachas shel gaiva, a person is in grave danger that immediately they can end up falling into the pits of gaiva, of haughtiness. When a person examines their life and they think that they have something that other people don't have, and they think that they are endowed with certain koiches, certain strengths that perhaps they don't find as strong by other people, the natural thing that is going to happen to them, says the Ramchal, is that miyad, immediately, if they're not on guard for themselves, they're going to fall into the pit and the traps over here of gaiva, of being a haughty person. Because after a person puts into their heart that they are chashuv, they are very prominent, and they deserve praise, you should know that the offshoot, or the result of such a machshava, such an idea, such a thought, is not only one thing that's going to happen. It's not just that you become a Baal Gaiva. A person walks around and says, I'm so smart, I'm so bright, I'm a genius, I have so much going for me. So you think, okay, what's going to happen? He's going to become a Baal Gaiva. He's a hardy person. No, says the Ramchal, there's so many other destructive things that are going to happen as a result of this, as he will explain. There will be many results, and there will be many offshoots and strange, different things that are going to happen as a result of this. Even opposites, meaning your activities, your actions are going to seem to be contradictory towards one another. But they're all coming. They're all emanating from one particular place. And whatever it is that you are involving yourself in right now, why are you doing it? The kavanah, the intention, is only one thing, and that is, I'm just exemplifying and I'm expressing the gaiva, the hardiness that I have inside. Says the Ramchal, let me give you an example over here. We have a hardy person, and he thinks in his heart, since I deserve being praised, and the guy says, I'm so unique, I'm so special, more than other people, and you can see the stamp of my greatness. All according, of course, to this person's machshava, his thoughts. He, in his lack of humility, he blows everything up in his eyes as being greatness, and which leads him to haughtiness. So he says, I deserve then also to live in a certain way where I'm going to get a tremendous amount of kavod, a lot of honor. Whether the way that I walk, when I sit, when I stand up, how I speak, everything that I do. Says the Ramchal, this person begins to think everything he has to do should be in a way that shows the tremendous amounts of kavod, the tremendous honor that he feels that he deserves. So he'll be meshana, he'll change his whole nature, the physical nature that he has, how he does things, in order to bring about a display of this honor, this self-perceived, imaginary, illusional, or delusional honor that he believes that he deserves. It says the Ramchal, what is he going to do? So he writes like this: he's going to walk very slowly. His heel will always be by his toe, which means he's going to take small, slow steps. Everybody should see this man walk in great regality. Lo yeshev ela aprakton. He's only going to sit down or lay down on his back. He doesn't sit up on his side. He doesn't sit up in regular chair. He lays on his back like he's the biggest conceited person around. Lo yakum ela ma'ad kenochash. And when he gets up from that reclining position, he gets up ever so slowly like a snake, like he slithers himself up so slowly to show that all of his actions are deliberate and slow. People should watch him. He will not talk with everybody. He won't schmooze with every single person. He only speaks with those people that are also honorable and worthy people of the nation. And even when he's with them, he doesn't speak regular sentences. He says like small little statements, like mottos that he has, little quip phrases to show that he's so deep and he's so intellectual. He doesn't even have to have a long conversation. All of his other actions, his ways about him, his activities, his eatings and his drinkings, the malmushav, how he dresses. He has to dress like he's like royalty. He has to dress like he's a multimillionaire. Everybody should see his fancy, flashy clothes. Will be koldrach of everything that he does, the car that he drives, the house that he lives in, the clothes that he wears, the vacations that he goes on, the kind of restaurants that he eats in night after night after night, the food, everything. He's just dripping with all of this false imagined cover that he deserves. He carries himself with tremendous kvedus. He's like always heavy. He's moving slow so that people are going to see him and watch him. As if all of his flesh is like dust. And all of his bones are like all of his limbs are like bones and chayil. They're like and dirt, and he's just heavy. He's a heavy person. He's moving slowly. He wants everyone to see him. Wow, look at that person. Look what a noble person. Look how he walks. He walks like a king. He walks like a prince. Falsehood, says the Ramchal. This is all emanating from one place. It's emanating from the midah, from the trait of gaiva, of haughtiness, and therefore how careful a person has to be not to praise themselves excessively, not to pat themselves on the back 1,000 times a day, not to think that they are God's gift to mankind, but rather, yes, if you have strengths and you have abilities and you have powers and you have skills and you have talents that other people don't have, thank the Rebbeinu Shalom that He's given this to you, and then we'll find a way to use it for the sake of Avodas Hashem, but not Chalila, not to become a Balgaiva, a hardy person who thinks that the praise is coming to him and doesn't realize that the praise is really deserved to Hashem. Have a wonderful day.